Hello, everyone. Welcome to Mind Your Business. I am Alma Duncan, a corporate trainer, business coach, and founder of the Fabulous Woman Network, also the hostess of Mind Your Business, which airs every Tuesday at 12 noon GMT on our YouTube channel, by the way. I hope you have subscribed to our YouTube channel. Please do that right away so you don't miss out on our updates. Today, I get to interview a very fabulous woman, but first, let me tell you what even Mind Your Business is about. It's my video podcast in which I get to talk about business. Sometimes I interview other women. Sometimes I just go on and on about something I am passionate about, something that I feel if we get to know more about and delve deeper into, we'll get to do business better so we can create wealth and impact people. Today, I am interviewing a lovely lady, very, very fabulous, all the way from the US. Her name is, well, we call her for short, Dr. Nadia, but she's Dr. Nadia Denis. Right, so I'm just going to read her bio off the phone. Since 2017, Dr. Denis has invested her time helping teens around the world by ministering into their lives. Say amen. She goes on missionary trips to Honduras, Cayman Brac and Florida to speak to sexually abused and delinquent teens. She mentors, encourages, and motivates each one to think big, dream big, and believe in themselves. Currently, she's working on her first book called Broken But Not Defeated. I love it. Broken But Not Defeated. Which is based on her life experiences, including being a teenage mother, going through separation, among others. She received a doctoral degree in educational leadership from Capella University in 2016, master's from Nova Southeastern University, associates from Taylor Business Institute, and bachelor's degree from St. Francis College. Dr. Denis is a devoted mother to a smart young woman. Her vision is to see a world in which young adults are breaking barriers to have a brighter future. Ladies and gentlemen, say hello to your new author, Dr. Well, we call her, like I said, Dr. Nadia. She's also Dr. Denis. Thank you so much, Dr. Nadia. I am so happy to have the opportunity to sit with you this time, not on a coaching call, but to talk about your journey and the exciting news of your book. First of all, congratulations on your book.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you for having me on your platform.
It's a pleasure. It's a pleasure. You are such a delight to have a conversation with. From your bio, I see that you are very passionate about the youth. You've spent a lot of time mentoring the youth. Tell us about your own youthful days. What was your journey like?
Well, my youthful days, and it starts in my book at the age of 13, when I grew up in two Caribbean islands. Well, one was a U.S. mainland territory, that's the U.S. Virgin Island, and the other one was where I was raised. It's called St. Lucia. It's in the British West Indies. So when I started there as a youth, it was cheerful, joy. I had both parents with me. And transitioning to St. Croix, that's where that started all of those, I would say this, not bitterness, but, brokenness in my book, how it started. But in St. Lucia, how my youth started, as you said, it was just joyful, peaceful. I had family, friends. We were very well known in the community. My youthful days was really, 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 we had a very good, family oriented. My family were together, but transitioning to the U.S. Virgin Islands, where in part of my book, you will see, started at age 13, that's where the downfall started. It just changed totally. So back again, with your question, my youthful days, I would say, was great, but it would be say half and half, if that makes sense.
Yes. I do get it. And I'm sure you have a lot more information in the book, but can you just give us something, a tip of the iceberg about what the story was like? What caused the change in, having a joyful family? What changed?
What changes was when we transitioned. I don't want to give too much, but what changed, the transition of living with a stepmother. That what totally changed the whole dynamics of my family upbringing. Again, we raised with beautiful mother and father, loved their children. My mother was a teacher, but my father was a business person, construction worker, but very well known in the community in our country. He was well known, so there were ones that really did well for themselves. But when we transitioned to trying to get American dream, my father wanted that because he felt that back then, maybe the country was not what intended for, because everybody came to the small islands talking about America, America, America. Yeah. So that's what, made him transition his children and his wife, my mother still, to this country. And then everything just went downhill from there.
I see. Right. And I'm sure once we get to read your book, we will have all the full details. And if you're watching, anyone, just know that I'll definitely share the link to where to get the book. So once you started working, and we'll get to what it is that you do shortly, what made you decide to focus on mentoring the youth?
I work with in an alternative setting. I was a teacher for over 15 years. I started, again, transitioning, going to America. That's where I started my teaching career. Then in my book, again, there's different states where I transitioned to, relocated to. So one of the states that really started me off in mentoring was in Florida. And that's where part of my whole entire career was, really got accepted as myself. So I started mentoring youth from there. I got a teaching job at an alternative center with students that was displaced in the community, students that were dysfunctional behaviors, all walks of life. And that's what brought my heart very close to those students, homeless. We talk about students that has been incarcerated. We talk about students that poverty, students that was abused, just like myself. Students, so all of this brought their attention to me, gave me that heart I have of mine, the warmness, the nurturing part as a mother too, and I heard the story. And again, it's an alternative setting. It's not like a school per se, but it's a school, a traditional school. So all those kids would come together. And before I started my class, I was an English teacher. Before I started my class, we would bring in live events. And that's where as myself growing and becoming who I am today, I started speaking into their lives. And they just gravitated to me. And I have thousands of stories. How even though some of these kids came and actually live with me. Yes, came and just, be in my prison, my home. Then my husband, accepted that, because of who I am. And this is just who I am. So it gives me, I'm speaking to give me a joy, to see that I, one where I was homeless after my, my upbringing. I became homeless in New York, and that's part of my book again. That, it just brought me close to those students. I know that if I can do it and if I can get there, they can too. So I started talking life into them, talking, spiritual, journeys. I mean, just education, every part of life, and even to just being there for them. I still have students right now that keep in touch with me. They're in the military, they're business owners. I mean, they're on my Facebook page, Dr. Denis. I know I have done something, and bring up those youth. So that's where it started. Just by getting into that platform and in other, not platform, sorry, in educational settings and other settings has brought me, very close with those and just warmed my heart. And this is something I'm really, really passionate about.
Right. Fantastic. And I love that you even opened your home up to some of these kids to, God bless you for that, really. I think that's amazing. And so do you still do this actively? Are you still working with youth? Tell us what you currently do, please.
Well, currently I am not actively working with youth, but I still reach out a lot. even just personally in my relationship, I had to do just one of these things. Not trying to stray from the point, but it's in my book. I had to actually reach out to, one of the youth that came into my home again just recently in February. So actually, I'm a program manager for educational company. I've always, I grew up in education, so I didn't think I was going to be a teacher or a leader, just like my my auntie and my, most of my family was in education. Now they're retired. My mother, my auntie, and my past uncle, they were all education and now retired. And I bring up, I think I'm the only one now that, they pass it on. And I'm very passionate about leadership. But I'm straying a little away from the educational point now, since I'm getting to become who I am at my age. So to get back into what I do, yes, I'm a program manager at an educational company. I speak to parents a lot. I do a lot of consultation to bring in students to help with their educational goals and needs. For example, I supervise a staff. We're very connected. I also bring in I'm very religious, and I bring a lot into their small setting. And I also, even when the parents come with all the problems, I'm a listener. And, especially the education, I have parents that cry out, really looking for their child. And I give them my story. So my story brings make money. That's where I make money for the company that I work for. Because, when they hear that story and I say, I am, a doctor now in education. Nobody didn't expect that at all of what I do, of who I was and where I come from. And the inspiration, they get from that story, they will sign up the students in a minute. I mean, I'm not trying to brag, but it's just ordained from God to anyway, that's just what I, I do. But to round it up, I do a lot of educational, for example, lesson plans. I supervise teachers. My biggest job is to bring students into the company to get their, the education that they lack in a regular setting.
That's fantastic. And I'm sure you enjoy the work you do because you get to work with the youth and their parents as well.
Yes. Yeah. I get to work with from ages from 3 years old to even college level. Yes. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. So we do have a school setting and we also have an after school program. So I manage both compartments of the business.
Right. Fantastic. Now we are in the season where COVID-19 just hit us without any warning. While some businesses are actually doing well, others are suffering. And in our community, we have a lot of fantastic women just like yourselves doing business. I'd like you to share, please, based on your own experiences of how you recovered from, you've talked about homelessness and a few other things that we can find out from your book. Share from your perspective how you recovered so that for some of us who are now in a season of recovering, what are some of the tips and strategies we can use to bounce back?
Well, actually, by God's grace, thank God that I was not affected dearly from the COVID-19. As I tell my supervisor, we're really, really blessed for having a school and, for us to be open throughout the 2 years of, that epidemic. We have never shut down. So it didn't really affect me, but I do, I do feel for those who are, recovering, who are, trying to get by. But also, we're getting back to normalcy here in America. And the strategies that I have, that first and foremost, that I also, we've going through it was hope and faith, that we've got all things are possible. And there was one psalm I usually said a lot, was Psalms 91. I keep saying that psalm to cover me up. So there's no strategies that I use, but I just use the first and foremost God, because I'm a very big believer that, God will, take care of his people. Again, and, there was nothing much that I could say because I was really not, I was really not, it wasn't really affected. Yes, affected, So I can't really say too much on that term, but just put God first. Just put God first with everything, because there's something maybe else will come up, there's another, because as they said, we live in our last days. So I do, just believe that we put God in everything. Fear is not of God. We walk with, we're supposed to just believe and just, give God all the glory. So I have no strategies per se, but just my God.
I agree with you more. Seriously, fear is not of God. And I do totally get you. I think that if we get the relationship with God correct, everything else will fall into place. You know how the Bible says, seek ye first the kingdom of God and all things shall be added unto you. That is literally what you've said. So I totally agree. Get your relationship with God first. Have faith. And all the others will fall into place. So thank you for sharing that. And so once again, congratulations on your new book. When is it launching?
Actually, our launch date is on my birthday, July 21st. That's about 2.5 weeks. We're launching it on Amazon. It's going to be launched on Apple, on Kindle. And also they could get copies from me. We're going to set up a website that they could get the editor's copy from me. And in a few months, 2 months, we'll do the audio version of it. So, so we're going. You're
going. Absolutely. Yes. Will you be reading the audio yourself?
With my accent.
You have a beautiful accent.
So
you have a beautiful accent.
Backstory, and I'm loving a backstory. I have been in America for a very long time, and everybody. I used to be now I'm very comfortable with me. Okay, and a lot of people, I had to try to change my accent just to belong, especially in education, and it's a lot. So I do tend to speak fast or whatever. So I'm going to try to, I'm not sure. And thank you for, maybe you're giving me some hope here. So maybe I could do it myself, but I've been asking certain people, individuals, if they can do it for me. Yes.
Oh my goodness. So one of the best, so I use audiobooks a lot. I use Audible. And one of the best parts of Audible is when I'm listening and it's the author themselves that wrote it. I feel like they are speaking to me directly. So I think that's an advantage. I mean, of course, seriously, consider doing this yourself. If you need to maybe take additional lessons to speak slowly or something.
Yes.
I understand you as you're speaking. I don't find anything wrong with your current accent as it is. But anyway, I can't say, I don't know the professional here. But what I'm saying is, I think that it's really nice and when it's the author themselves speaking. So please.
Thank you for that. And maybe that just gave me some more, enthusiasm, maybe give me a lot of hope and to do it, because I was really scared, because sometimes, the circle that you have sometimes, people are just season, people are for you, and, critics. Oh my goodness. Here's my, so I am just a lot, now in my element of just being myself and, the self-confidence. So thank you for that. You just brought some of that to me, and I will definitely pray and, think about it.
Sure.
Thank you for that.
Sure. You're welcome. And also, a little bird tells me you are coming to Ghana. Tell us all about your trip to Ghana.
You gave me shivers. Yes, I'm very excited of it. Thank you actually for when I started coaching with you. I always like Africa, and one of the things that I really like about it was your culture. I stayed days watching the your how you call it, the, oh my goodness, I watch it every day. The weddings. I have friends. Yeah. Oh my goodness. I'm a big stylish kind of girl. So, I just love your food. The jollof rice. I tried it one time
Yes.
I tried it in London. So I'm going to be comparing if the Nigerian or the Ghanaian is.
Obviously, Ghanaian jollof is better. Everybody knows that.
I'm going to be comparing it to see, and just the beauty of the country. I want to, that will be my first trip to Ghana. And then I want to do some more other trips. And also, my heart again is for missions. So part of what I'm going to be doing over there would be missions and also speaking on a platform. So I'm networking with a lot of people in your country, and I can't wait to be there. So it will be in October.
Okay.
In October, I will be there with a team, my team. Yeah.
Fantastic. And I'm sure that if anybody is listening and they're like, oh my gosh, she's coming to Ghana, is there any way I can reach you? I'm going to add your contact details so people who would like to have you speak on their platform can reach out to you as well. You will love Ghana. It's beautiful. Like as I'm speaking, the weather is nice and warm, just perfect. Even in the rainy season, the sun is all, nice.
I'm really excited. I can't wait. And I love your costume. Oh my goodness.
Thank you.
My virtual assistant, she's from Ghana too, and she was like, you will get the cloth. The cloth was so cheap. I was like, oh my God. To put it on and be fashionable. Yeah. So I'm very excited. Lovely people. The food. Oh my goodness. I can't wait for that. I'm a
we look forward to welcoming you. So I have a few more questions for you before I let you go.
Yes, ma'am.
These are fill in the blank questions. I say the beginning of the sentence, and then you finish it with whatever comes to your mind, okay? Whatever is true for you. So The first one is, if I could advise my younger self in one short sentence, I would say,
just be yourself. Stop taking opinions of people. I always wanted to be included in something. And, I just need to be myself. I needed to grow confidently, of being who I am, today, because it would not take me so long to be, not broken. You understand? If I was confident in me, so that's where you have to start instilling with your own children how to build yourself up. The world, is not going to always be for you. And I was very gullible. So, maybe the upbringing of myself or just my character, just being so. I would just say the younger me, be strong, be yourself, Yeah,
I love that. Be strong, be yourself. Don't be so obsessed with other people's opinions so much so that you don't love yourself. This is like directly speaking to me, and even as an adult, so I'm getting goosebumps now. Even as an adult, I'm still going through that process where I am loving myself more. I'm showing myself more kindness, and accepting my fabulous self just as God created me. So that is a great message to give to young girls. And if there's any young person listening, just know that you are fabulous just the way you are.
Yeah.
Right. Thank you. So my second question is, or my second fill in the blank is, I am fabulous because...
I am fabulous because I'm beautiful. I'm fabulous because I am worthy. I'm fabulous because I am enough. I'm fabulous because...
Oh my, yes!
I'm confident. I'm fabulous because I got God. I'm fabulous because...
Woman, you're just giving me goosebumps. My whole body is like going all, I don't know if you can see it. It's crazy, but I love it. We need these confessions because they are true. We are not just saying them because they are actually true. And I'm sure God is sitting up there saying, yeah, that's my daughter.
Finally got it at my age. I'm finally getting it. I'm telling you. I love... People usually say, not to get us straight from our topic, but people usually say that, I started worshiping my tribulations now because that made me who I am today. Yes. I'm fabulous because of my tribulations, lady. Yes. Hey, hello. Yes. So yes, I'm fabulous of that. People are like, oh, you're 40 fabulous. No, I'm fabulous because of me. I told a friend of mine lately, I never saw myself smiling at me. I love what I see now. So the tribulation that I went through, all what I went through, the hardship, I could finally look at myself in the mirror. How much people can say that? Yeah. How much people can sit up and say that now? You understand? I could finally in the mirror, people, and when your confidence rises, right? People will be like, oh, she's full of herself. It's not you're full of yourself. First and foremost, I'm full of God. Huh.
Absolutely.
Oh, my sister. Sorry, I gotta go to my African self. My sister. Oh, I am first and foremost full of God. Then, I smile at myself. I didn't like to see what I saw in the mirror growing up of all the bitterness. Lady, I walk without my wig off my head and smile at me, oh.
I love that. I love that. Thank you. God bless you. And my final question is, one book that has greatly helped me in business is?
Well, I am not a big reader, I'll be honest. Even though I wrote a dissertation, I did a lot of research. I am not, but I will listen, I will look at books. I'm a very spiritual person, and going through my healing process. I went to Joyce Meyer's. She had her thing, with my daughter 2 years ago. And we bought about 20 of her books. One of the books that really healed was Healing the Soul of a Woman. Mm-hmm. That book touched my heart because she went through most of some of what I went through in my story. And there's also this pastor, his name is Michael Todd. He's an American pastor, young pastor in Oklahoma. And he wrote a book about relationship goals. It was hyped up, it became number one, in America. And also this pastor that I dearly follow, which everybody well knows, is Joel Austin. I go to
yes.
church. It's very people don't consider him as a pastor, but he's a motivational speaker, but also a pastor to me. He speaks to my heart. Mm-hmm. I mean, he has really, through Joel Austin, I became the Christian I am today because of the connection that he brought to me. So I have most of his books and, his podcast. I, listen to it daily. It helped me with the business that I am in. I'm writing the book, so yes.
Fantastic. I can't believe how much goosebumps you've given me. I have totally enjoyed having this conversation with you. And I know that whoever needs to listen to this, God will lead them to this interview. So I want to say thank you. Before I let you go, though, I'm definitely going to get your website's link and everything and share, but also tell us where we can find you, perhaps on social media or an email that people can reach out to if they want to speak with you.
You can find me on all platforms for my virtual assistant, because she takes care of all of that for me now. Her name is Miss Baffo.
Yeah.
Please, guys, I'm telling you, please, if you have any business or anything going on, support Miss Baffo. She is amazing.
She's amazing.
Yeah, she is. You can get me on Facebook, Dr. Nadia Landers. I also have a public page, Dr. Nadia, on Facebook. Then on Instagram, again, by my name, Dr. Nadia. Even on LinkedIn also. And on TikTok, Dr. Nadia.
Oh, TikTok!
I love TikTok. I'm sorry. Every 2 inches older, TikTok is my thing now. Yeah. So while my virtual assistant do all the other platforms, I'm doing TikTok. Yes. So I'm loving it. I am just a goofy kind of person,
Oh my God.
Yes, I'm loving it. So you can find me on these. And also we're just starting up Clubhouse.
Yeah.
So this is getting very more popular. So we're going in all different social platforms now. Yes.
Fantastic. Thank you so much. And I wish you the very, very best with your book launch. I'll be in Ghana. Hopefully, I look forward to meeting you, when you actually make it home to Ghana. And I wish you the very, very best. I pray that your message reach out to the people in need. So I strongly believe that every message is for a specific audience. And so I pray that whoever needs to hear your story will hear it or read your book and get touched, and their lives will change because they read your story. So thank you so much for making time for me today, Dr. Nadia. God bless you.
Thank you. And not if, I will be with you in Ghana. I will be with you in Ghana. So we are going to make connections, me and my virtual assistant, and we will, take it with, from there. But definitely, thank you for having me on your platform. Thank you for, making me express myself. Actually, it's my first big platform, and I do appreciate it. I had fun. And hope we can have some more again.
Absolutely. My goodness, was this amazing or what? I kid you not, I had goosebumps all over me as I spoke to this wonderful woman. I really hope that you've gleaned from this. I hope that it inspires you. I hope that there are actionable steps that you're looking to take based on this conversation with Dr. Denis. And please reach out to her because the link is in the caption as well. Thank you so much for watching. Remember, I am a business coach. If you need someone to speak to with regards to your business, you want to start, but you don't know how to go about it, or you've started and you need, some help to structure it, please go on and book a discovery call with me. The link is in there. Book a discovery call with Alma Duncan. Until I come your way again next week, remember, let me know in the comments how this has been of value to you. What aha moments, like Oprah calls it, did you have, or did you get any insights or ideas you want to talk about? Please share in the comments, or if you want this privately, my email is hello@almaduncan.com. Until then, ta.